Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about something called cruel and unusual punishment and torture. And it's not just physical. It's not just torture till death, cruelty. Uh, it could also be psychological, emotional, and basically that's what this video is going to be about. But I believe people are taught tactics, given special permission on how to behave. And I think that's why we need behavioral laws. So that if you're like this, okay, we need to modify that. But pulling out teeth socially, no, that's the problem. It's making information really hard to get. It's making just being social very hard because they're either really stupid, really immature, or they're doing it intentionally to get you to be held down socially, or just, dude, I'm superior to these people. And it makes me upset when they're more successful. And it's because I was targeted. It's to know the target and give anything in a way he doesn't want. So if you want something, I'm going to make sure you get in a way you don't want, like sexually, emotionally. Let's say you really like a girl. Well, she's going to make everything social. She's going to make it a show instead of writing you a note, sending you a text message, approaching you privacy, giving you her number. You give her a number, but they're giving you everything because they've demoralized you. So we're going to do it in a way that he doesn't want. So we're going to give this appearance as this. And intimacy is private. It's not social. They act extremely immature to keep the target down. Lie. You say a lie long enough, you begin to believe it. And I think that's what they do. Obviously, they knew the truth at one point, or you wouldn't be going through this. But for all you know, they did it to you and threw away the key. And make others think you want something you don't. What does that do? It makes you want to pull out your hair because they're saying stuff I don't even want. And they're giving you stuff I don't even want. And I think that's a lie. I think they know the truth. They just want to make it like, it's all your fault. Why'd you make us believe this? Social tactics. Make everything he wants impossible to attain. And that starts with the youth. Tease sexually, tease economically. When I think the United States government, I think the military, bureaus, agencies, departments, but they tease economically, and it's cruelty. We know what we're doing, we don't care, you're wrong. The government isn't working at McDonald's or a factory job, but that's what they want to say. No, you work for the government, you have a really good job, you probably went to school for it, and furthermore, after 20 years you can retire. It's just a fact. I might be wrong on that, but a pet, a slave, you're intellectually capable of going to college with the military, but they keep putting you down since a little kid. They're modifying your behavior, modifying your mind, emotions. They're raping you to where, no, I think we'll take this. And it's illegally, it's fraudulently. They are terrorists, and they get you on the FBI watch list as basically an insurance policy. We know, we don't care, and we're waiting. It's the watch list. Constantly ask and tell me, obnoxious, acting like a 5-year-old, tactics socially. And there's dozens of these that I'm not saying, that I just can't think of at the moment. And basically, I think they have a God complex, self-righteous terrorism. God complex is infallibility. Self-righteous terrorism is I'm right even if I'm morally wrong. I'm going to impose myself on you, and that's against democracy. And it's a terroristic attitude. And I think these people run free like they're frolicking in a field of flowers, and our psychiatry field is just it's for people who are attacked and not the people who are the attacker, and they're psychopaths and they need to be handled, and they're not. And so many people, the prison population, it's a joke. It should be so much higher because democracy has failed. Predestination, hate. And you know, what is it? You know, it's to control environmental, situational, emotional, psychological, physical rape. But is it radical Christianic terrorism, or is it faithlessness? You know, I don't know. Take lesser. You know, you rape people all the way from environmental to physical. Take lesser. You know, your life's a lie. You're in desperation, demoralization. What's the point? What's the point? It's to get you to take lesser sexually, pedophilia, ugly women, mentally ill women, failures. They're not anything you would want. It's to take lesser economically, college or the military. It's all a show. They love giving you less. They love degrading you. The youth is vulnerable, and basically it's what I'm calling the Holocaust 2.0, and it's just an adaptation, and that's what bad things do through time. They adapt. Brainwashing, conditioning. What is brainwashing? I would say kamikaze. Japanese kamikaze. They indoctrinate people since their youth. You were born for this. Bring honor to your family and government, and it's horrible. But they condition you to not like this or like this and do this, and it's horrible. And it's shown in propaganda, school indoctrination. The youth is the target, and we're going to keep you down. We're going to keep you asleep. Don't think. Terrorism. What is it, in my opinion? Well, there's predestination, slavery, crimes against humanity, political abuse of psychiatry. I believe that's terrorism by government. It is to show poor government, breaches in government, breaches in national security, where people are allowed to commit crimes and get away with it. And it's outrageous. These people wear suits and ties, what I want. They should be in orange suits. Good luck getting them there. There's local mass and governmental shootings. I don't know anything about that. Don't know why anybody would do that. Terror. Why? Life is beautiful, and I don't understand why people do stuff like that. There's the Middle East, which I think is poor government, fear. You know, they take these, you see it on the news, they take these children, and what happens when we destroy the terrorist organization? Those children grow up, and how much more likely are they to do the same thing? No, it boils down to poor government, poor institute. In my opinion, the fundamental way to get rid of terrorism is to uphold the laws and rights of the land. We have government to protect and govern the people. You're not. It's poor government, bottom line. Mentally ill. Now, this is a factor, but I think it boils down to what I said earlier. You know, these people run and frolic in the flowers. They're not attacked. And they need to be. They need to be watched. I'm not saying limit them. I'm saying watch them. And behavioral laws. You know, if you want to act like this, fine. But you're going to go to prison. You know, I don't see any mercy for anybody who wants to commit fraud or this or that. Why are we having mercy for these people? I don't care if you're born like this. You can't act like this. morally corrupt. I think Hitler, you know, propaganda, school indoctrination, putting the blame. Um, um, Cruel and unusual punishment, torture, psychologically could be to discredit, dissociate, and defamation. Yeah. Um, and I wrote down some quotes real quick that I wanted to go over and some words that I think everybody should know. I think it's going to help you. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only the light can. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do. Martin Luther King Jr. There is only one happiness in this life, to love and to be loved. George Sand. Force and mind are opposites. Morality ends where the gun begins. A.N. Rand. Better to illuminate than merely to shine, to deliver to others contemplated truths than merely to contemplate. Thomas Aquinas. Prejudices are what fools use for reason. Voltaire. Pardon my English real quick. Opinion has caused more troubles on this little earth than plagues or earthquakes. Voltaire. Yeah, I think that's very true. We need less opinion and more facts. What is morally sound, ethically, reason, logic, laws, rights. We need facts. We don't need opinions. And if your opinion is outside the good for humanity box, you know, if it's just hate and emotion, if it's not wisdom, it doesn't need to be said. Great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. I do not know who wrote that, so pardon me for that. Calm mind brings inner strength and self-confidence, so that's very important for good health. The Dalai Lama. Knowledge will give you power, but character respect. Bruce Lee, one of my all-time favorite fighters and philosophers. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow's is ours to win or lose. Lyndon B. Johnson. We don't fix the past, we fix the future. You know, that's, people want to bring up the past. That's not how you go forward, and I think it's very sad that we do that. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Henry Ford. Leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and in actions. Harold S. Janine. No snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. Voltaire. It is dangerous to be right in matters on which the establishment authorities are wrong. Voltaire. Anyone who has the power to make you believe absurdities has the power to make you commit injustices. Voltaire. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Socrates. There is no such thing as human nature, just common ignorance. Unknown. I said that when I was in high school, but that being said, I think I might have gotten that from somebody. I don't want to say his name. I really don't know. I walked into the mouth of madness. I endured the strong and embraced the weak. Again, unknown. I don't know who said it, but I've heard that multiple times throughout my life. And these are some words. These words are important. I want you to know them. These words are bad. These words is not a complete list. It's just a long list of words I wrote down. Words that you should know. And if you feel it, you should probably think about it. Cloud, which I'm using for dysfunction. You know, where is this coming from? Who's behind it, pulling the strings? Confuse, corrupt, deliberate, deception, deliberate. You know, if someone commits a crime, behavioral laws and polygraph tests, I've said it in multiple videos, you should watch them. Deliberate. What's the crime? Is it that they had a really bad day? Or is it because they deliberately did this to cause harm? That's the crime. And that's why I'm attacking. And they want to act like, oh, defamation, degrade, demoralize, depression, deprive, desperate, discourage, extremist, guilt, hypocritical, humiliation, moral insanity, intimidation, irrationality, isolation, lonely, loopholes, malice, manipulate, mediocrity, miserable, mislead, mock, negative, neglect, nervous, numb, damage emotionally, numb, obnoxious, oppress, outcast, overshadow, pervert you, radical, ridicule, ruthless, sabotage, shame, stress, taunt, terrorize, tormented, traumatic, twisted, tyrannical, uncomfortable, vent. They want you to vent. It's political abuse of psychiatry. Oh, we created this, but please say it so we can say this. Violent, violate, vulnerable, warped, weak, weary, worthlessness, zapped of everything. Zombie. I want you to think about those words, not in the literal sense. Really think about those words. That's up to you. But, that's part of what they do. Grab a dictionary, read it, look up some words. You have to do all the work. They don't want you to know it.